Hi there, my name is Olu. I'm here to show you today a brand new GRE practice test demo, just to kind of demo what the online practice test product is going to look like when you buy it on our website. Um, One of the things you want to do is definitely when you purchase the product on our website, successprep.com, you would get an email, it sends you a link, and also a username and password. You want to put that username and password here, and I click on login to kind of take us to what that page is going to look like. So that brings us to a page like this. Now, when you get to the page, you're probably going to see GMAT, GRE, TOEFL. Just click on, if you bought the GRE product, just click on GRE and that brings you here. Now, the reason we put together this product in the first place is to really help students, a student like you who is preparing for the GRE and is having trouble getting uh, enough online practice tests. And that's a big problem when it comes to preparing for a test like the GRE, because the GRE is a computer-based test, it's an adaptive computer-based test. And if you're not practicing using actual real, very similar real-life GRE questions on a computer, in front of a computer, as opposed to down on the book, that puts you really at a huge disadvantage. And that's why we put this product together, to really help you to give you the practice test preparation and drills that you need. So when you get to the practice test tool, click on the GRE. If since you got the GRE deal, and click on administer test. Administer test pretty much starts off the very first test for you. As you could see, I just kind of started a test already, but let me just go ahead and click on administer test right now. That's just going to start off a test, and you just kind of see how it's going to flow through. As you could see, if you've taken the GRE before, you would see that this interface looks just like the GRE test. Start with analytical writing. I'm going to click continue there. I'm going to continue some more. Obviously, I'm going to skip this section so that we can get to like the verbal and quant sections as well. So I'm going to skip these sections just so that we can get there. Now, what you're going to see here is we're going to see the beginning of the verbal reasoning section of the GRE. And just like the actual test, the interface is exactly the same. We've kind of mirrored it to give you an exact feel you're going to see on test day. Let's kind of start a test actually here. And as you can see, from question 1 is 1 through 20, just like the real test. And you get to select questions. So if I select that as the answer, select that as the answer. I'm just randomly selecting answers. Now, you can kind of see how that flows. And also, just like on the GRE test, you can mark a question. If you're not sure if you want to come back to it, you could click to review it. So in this case, I'm just going to kind of demo through this a little bit. I'm just randomly selecting answers. Next. And then for this third one, I'm actually going to go ahead and mark it and say, hey, I don't know this question. I want to come back to it. So I'm going to mark that question. I'm going to go next. I'm going to mark that question as well. I'm going to go next. Now, what you see here is if I click on the review option, just like on the real GRE, what you realize is it kind of brings my entire test into a view where, as you could see, I answered the first two and I said I wanted to review the next two, 3 and 4. So as you could see here, I can click on 3 and I can just say go to question. It takes me right into question 3. And this is one of the advantages, the cool things about the GRE test itself, and something you would also get in our actual practice GRE test that when you get that on our website. So that's pretty much how that flows. Let's actually exit this, quit and save the entire test at this point and go back to and take a look at the test we've done before. Again, if you come back here, the default is generally at GMAT, even though you got the GRE. So you have to click on the GRE there. Now, let's click on this very first test. Now, as you can see, I've done 2 tests. One I completed and the other I kind of did a part of it. So it says resume test versus review test. So you want to pay attention to that. You can actually pause the test and come back to it. So that's a cool thing about this practice test tool. So if you click on review test, for example, that really gives us an idea of some real detailed and very valuable analytics on how you did on the test. Now, this is just a random test I just kind of clicked through with. So as you can see, it tells me the range of score that I got and also the actual score itself. So with this, I can actually go ahead and review test in the top right corner here. If I click on review test, that brings me to a screen where it shows me for each section on the GRE test which questions I answered and how if I got them right or wrong, and you can go through that. You can do that for every section. Now we can actually go ahead and review incorrect in the top right corner here. If you just click review incorrect, what that does for you is it kind of shows all the sections that we either skipped or you missed and stuff. So like in this section right here, I missed this question. So here I have a couple of options. I can either click on correct answer. So when I do that, you can see that the little radio button kind of moved to the correct answer, which is right here. And then you can click explanation, and that gives you an explanation of that particular question as well. And this is huge because when you take a practice test, one of the things I've had a lot of students say is, hey, is there a way in which the test can tell me which one I missed? Tell me the answer and even maybe an explanation, and this practice test tool does all of that for you. And so that's a huge part of this practice test tool that you're going to get. And in the math section, you're going to have that as well. So that's just pretty much the way our practice test tool here is kind of set up, designed in such a way that it can help you not just go through the test and show you what you missed and what the right answer is, but also give you an explanation as well. So I'm going to exit this and come back to the screen. This is going to be the screen that you see when you come, and you could play around with that. Also, a last thing I want to mention is my score. So if you click on the my score button here, it kind of gives you an idea of, okay, again, you have to click on GRE. For each test you've done, it gives you a chart of how you've done. So how you did on test 1, test 2. This is huge because then you can kind of keep track of your performance and stuff. I wish you all the very best in your GRE practice, and all the best, and I'll see you at the top. Take care.